And I suggested that in terms of getting started on this operationalizing of your business, start simple, start easy in terms of procedures, but pretty quickly determine what is your make or break. What's the one procedure within your business that's most important, most deserving of your time in terms of design, and then focus on, okay, how can we do that? What's called a make or break. How can we do that better? I found in doing this Grow Smart program over many years, the make or break for this program is getting people to show up for the first session. Once they've registered, our make or break is getting participants to show up for the first session. Because what we find is if they show up for the first session, they're more than likely going to show up for the second and the third and the fourth. So we work really hard. Gina and Natalie work really hard to make sure that people show up for the first session. That's our make or break for the Grow Smart program. Then we wind it up on Tuesday doing my favorite design exercise, the Marshmallow Challenge. Each of you went into a team, had a chance to build a structure, a marshmallow structure. We had some great structures. I think we had 3 out of 4 of the structures were standing at the time that we measured, which is good, but also great exercise in terms of thinking about doing design work. What's your equivalent of starting with the marshmallow on top? Tom Wojcik, the designer of the exercise, he refers to that as prototyping. Why wait till the end of the procedure to find out that it's not working? What can we do to prototype the different elements of our organizational design? And then we watched the TED Talk from Tom Wojcik on that exercise and how we can implement that in our own design efforts. So that's all that we talked about on Tuesday. I've got something else I want to share with you. Oh, it's down there. Let me go back to the share screen. Oh, no. Let's see, it's up here. Let's see, can each of you see the picture of a tennis player on my screen? Can you see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things when it comes to design work is sometimes we're looking to make huge changes in how our company operates, big significant changes, and yet I think sometimes we need to spend more time on the little changes, the marginal improvements. And so an example of this, I'm a big tennis fan, and I saw this recently. Novak Djokovic, great tennis player. And they looked at when in his early part of his career, 2004, 2005, his ranking was over 100. He was just an average tennis player. He won about $300,000 in a year, which for professional tennis players, elite players, not a lot of money. He won 49% of his matches, and he won 49% of the points in his matches. Then flash forward 2006, 2010, his ranking jumped up to, he was the number 3 tennis player in the world. He won $5 million. He won 79% of his matches, and yet the percent of points won only increased from 49% to 52%. So a slight improvement in terms of percent of points won took him from being an average tennis player to being one of the greatest. And then 2011 to 2016, he was the number 1 ranked tennis player in the world. He won over $14 million. He won 90% of his matches, and yet he only won 55% of the points. Incremental improvement led to a significant improvement in his results. So as you're thinking about the design of your business and making improvements, instead of thinking about the big changes that you can make, maybe focus more time on the little changes. And I want to suggest, if you think of these points won, what would that be the equivalent of that for you all in small business? And I'd say it was the decisions that you make. would you agree that on any given day, you're making 100 or more decisions? Big decisions, little decisions. We tend to focus a lot of time on the big decisions, maybe not enough time on the little decisions. So if you think of the little decisions, the equivalent of the points won in tennis, that if you can improve those little decisions from a success rate of maybe less than 50% to a success rate on those little decisions of just over 50%, imagine what the end result might be for your company. You too may be the Novak Djokovic of small business, just by making better little decisions. Okay.